Hi, this is Craig from Dentec Safety. Today we're going to talk about our 130M silicone full face respirator. In my opinion, probably one of the best value full face masks in the entire market. It is NIOSH approved, so you know that there's a very high level of certification that comes along with NIOSH approval. But once we actually dig into the product, I hope to articulate how this mask differs from some of the other competitive products in the market and how you're going to be more comfortable and have easier breathing with Dentec and also easier communication as well. So with our 130M series respirator, it is a full compression silicone respirator. So the entire frame here is made of a silicone. Silicone in terms of respiratory protection is always the top end of materials that you can use in order to construct a respirator out of. Typically manufacturers will have an elastomer model, perhaps even a thermoplastic model, and then silicone. Some of the advantages to having a silicone frame is that it is easier to clean, softer, more supple, and it's going to be longer lasting and more comfortable at the same time. When we go to unbox one of our 130M respirators, you'll notice that there's a few features and benefits that are automatically included with our respirator. So one of those is this handy dandy nylon carry bag. Doesn't seem like a whole lot, but being able to store your respirator and protect it from the surrounding environment when it's not in use is really important. Just helps to preserve the respirator, keep it clean when you're not wearing it, and will help extend the life of the respirator as well. As we continue to unpackage it here, one of the other things that you'll notice right away is that we also include this carry strap as well. And so the neck retention strap, when the respirator is not in use, you can leave it as a lanyard around your neck. And again, it helps avoid setting the respirator down. What a lot of end users are prone to doing is that when their respirator is not in use, they might set it down on the lens, and that could lead to scratching of the lens inadvertently. One of the neat little built-in features of the Dentec respirator, though, is that the frame of our 130M actually recesses the lens. So when you go to set it down on a surface, that lens does not come in contact with the surface of the table, and it helps prevent any unnecessary scratching and again extend the life of the respirator itself. Now, if you do happen to get a scratch on the respirator, all of the lens, the frame, the suspension, the inhalation diaphragms, all of that stuff is available as replacement componentry as you wear the respirator and you use it. If you do need to replace out some components, they're all available as aftermarket componentry as well. A couple things about this full face mask that kind of set it apart from many of the competitors in the market. Again, I talk about the silicone frame. That's really important. But one of the biggest distinguishing factors here is that this also has an integrated speech diaphragm. So if you're working with several colleagues in the same space, it is much, much easier to talk and communicate and be heard by your colleagues while you're working with a respirator on. For those of you who have worn respirators without an integrated speech diaphragm, you'll recognize how muted your voice can be. And so this really helps project, and so you can be heard and you can communicate more easily. Along with that, the lens that we use here is an anti-fog lens, both inside and out. So you really help prevent any unnecessary vision obstructions by fogging. Many of the competitive products on the market do not include an anti-fog lens, and particularly if there is no inner nose cone when you're exhaling, that lens will fog up. And so not only does the nose cone help for that hot, damp air to be channeled out of the respirator, thus keeping the user cooler, more comfortable, and drier, it also helps prevent any fogging that might occur when people are working hard and exerting themselves, particularly in the summer months when it's oftentimes a little bit more elevated heat in the working environment as well. One of the really cool things with Dentec, we use an oversized inhalation port with all of our respirators, whether it's a half mask, and again in the silicone elastomeric, we also offer a thermoplast half mask. All of our Dentec masks use this same oversized inhalation port. Many of our competitors will have an inhalation port the size of a dime, potentially the size of a nickel, whereas Dentec, the inhalation port is over the size of a quarter. So it makes drawing air in through the respirator much easier, and then having that nose cone to channel that hot, wet air out of the mask, again, makes it much more comfortable to draw excess air in and get that hot, wet air out of the mask very, very quickly and comfortably. So additionally, on being able to get just the full face mask on its own, as we unboxed here, you can also get complete starter kits, which will include cartridges or filters as options. So you don't have to get the starter kit, but it is available potentially with organic vapor cartridges, P100 filters, perhaps even a disket filter. It's more of a pancake style filter that Dentec offers, but it does include the mask and a cartridge set as a complete starter kit. And then of course, all of your cartridges and filters are available separately as well, as you need to utilize more cartridges for the lifespan of the respirator. Now, last but not least, this is a brand new addition to the Dentec product offering. We introduced this fancy welding adapter here, and you would purchase them separately, but you can, again, also purchase it as a kit, including the welding adapter, the 130M, and the cartridge assemblies. Now, the cartridge and filter assortment is a little bit more geared towards welding specific applications there, so more focusing on organic vapor N95 pre-filters or that disket style P100 or P100 OV that I was talking about earlier. But again, that's for you to choose on how you want to order the initial mask and cartridge combo. But very easily here, it's just a flip up welding adapter. It will bracket on to both sides of the frame. You'll notice here that there are the same types of tabs on either side of the frame, and this will just buckle on as a welding adapter there. So if you're doing a welding application for a couple days, you can put it on. You can then easily remove it. If you're no longer doing those welding applications, you can take it on and take it off and put it on throughout the day if you want. And it's also a universal window. So you can put any window that you want in here, and the Dentec welding adapter is going to accommodate that. So whether you want a shade 3, a shade 5, a shade 7, whatever that might be, even speed glass, you can put in there for that auto darkening, and it's really up to the user to decide what level of glass that they would like in there. But brand new feature, brand new component within the Dentec family of full face respirators, and something that we're really excited about moving forward. And so when you bundle all of that together, silicone frame, integrated speech diaphragm, anti-fog inside and out lens, neck retention strap, and the nylon carry bag, it makes for an amazing value product that won't break the bank.